Okay, so let's see. We have a pretty special draft, let's say. For some reason, we have Renata with Lucian, and for some reason, we have Comet Kassadin, and we have Camille into Olaf. Right. So looking to be a pretty rough game, honestly. I think we're playing around in 300 LP Master MMR, so still winnable because not that high elo, but yeah, I don't know. Kind of special. Pretty difficult to choose where you want to path here, because if you path towards topside, you will. Okay, I guess that guy's not happy. You will find that sometimes Camille will just die or something, or your bot lane will get perma-bullied. Probably both, honestly. If you path towards bot lane, then a lot of the time you just won't have a gank on this type of shit, especially when they have double defensive summoners. And your top lane might just get stomped anyway. I'm going to path towards top side, mostly because I think top lane still has some kind of gank setup, while I think bot side I have next to none. Since this game is pretty difficult, my thought process has to always be, how can I make myself strong enough to be able to carry, rather than something like how can I enable my teammates, or how can I shut down the enemy jungler, or whatever else. Oh, that doesn't really make a difference though. Cute. So, as always, 2 E's on the wolves. That's all you're getting, so save the second one. At this point, you could consider going bot lane, but yeah, this fight. Nothing to do there, really. But yeah, as I said, both bot lane and top lane in this game could become a fist fight lane, depending on how they choose to play it, so pretty hard to say where you should path, as there isn't a clear answer. It would appear that my top lane is actually doing pretty well, surprisingly, which is quite good for us, as we chose top lane. Play towards. I think here what I do is I just flash over this wall, because I can't get there otherwise in time. I would still be like here right now, so I want to be here as it crashes. And for that we will get rewarded. I think he used both summoners, which is pretty good to know. Sometimes you can use flash like that and stuff, if you think that you won't make it to a play in time otherwise, when the play is pretty good. Right. Okay, I guess. I honestly just want to annoy this guy because I have nothing to do right now. So I will just do this to be annoying. And while that happened, my bot lane ended up killing them, which is really good for us. So as this guy was doing whatever the fuck he was doing here with me, he's now going to be forced to either clear without having taken a base, or he will have to take a base and then clear. Both are pretty good for me though. I'm looking for 1450 for my Dark Seal and Sorks. Then I will look for my own base. Pretty fine with the way that the game is right now though. I even voided here, so if Kiana decides to roam, or if Fiddle decides to skip some camps and go bot lane, we should see that, which is pretty nice. Going to just base now, as if I keep staying on the map, I will be in a kind of awkward position where I haven't spent my gold, and there isn't really much to do, so I'm just going to be up on the map with no camps done, and or rather I should say with all of my camps done, but with no gold spent, is what I meant to say. That's kind of problematic because then you're forced to instantly base, and then after you base, you're forced to do whatever, and it's just really annoying. That's a position to play from. Pretty good. They're doing some good stuff there. Very good for them. And we're now going to play towards... We started from Krugs because the top lane recalled, and I want to be playing towards the dragon and the scuttle that's spawning, mostly. And also I can probably counter gank bot lane as the Fiddle is going to be there. Trying to look for something as well. This is very good for me, as right now I am setting up vision through the scuttle and my ward that I'm about to place throughout all of bot side, which is where Fiddle is at the moment, so quite good. Now here I have two kind of ways to play this. I can either wait here and try to get XP from the wave. Okay, Fiddle ended up going top side. Very fine. Cool. I can't get the XP that I want, so I have to just play like this. Kill the wave, man, please. I mean, I needed my laner to kill the wave, so I get level 6, but that's fine. Whatever. Not too big of an issue. Just a bit annoying. Trading in mid, so we're gonna run straight to mid and try to impact that though. The guy's level 6, which means I have to be a bit careful when I'm deciding what I want to do. Okay. Got the shutdown because he used his stuff. So let's look for a top lane counter to the dive that is obviously happening. Well, okay, we just had to react to that and then everything is fine. Kind of obvious that they're going to go for it because the Olaf is trying to bait me to come to him so that I break his recall. But it's pretty good because I got Fiddle now. So let's just clear a few camps. The top lane is fine. Mid lane is fine. So preferably here we just try to mess with the Kiana and or the bot lane. Okay. Just flash to make sure that she dies. And then I'm pretty sure Fiddle is somewhere here, so could be a bit awkward, but looks fine enough, I suppose. Fiddle shouldn't have ult yet, so I don't really see an issue with this at all. Then now, since any bot lane is dead, we will look for the dragon. And... right. While the enemy ADC is dead, we can look for this. Sadly, it has to reset always, because why wouldn't it? Seems a bit risky now, though, as it reset on me and the Vel'Koz warded as well. But we could just kill him instead. Now the Vel'Koz is dead, I'm probably going to look for a play around mid, because now Fiddlesticks has ult, so he might just ult me if I try to do the dragon. I will be careful though around Fiddle ulting us in the middle lane. But this is not somewhere where Fiddle could ult, so I'm just going to go all in and just fight. Now with all of that, we are pretty sure that Fiddle is, yeah, that Herald. So we can just take this dragon really freely. Fiddle is seen on the map. Well, unfortunate. Didn't really have smite, so it is what it is. The best thing I could do there to make sure this doesn't happen is just spamming my Lucian so he does his job and actually comes and fights or comes and hits your dragon or does anything. Okay. But I didn't do any of that, so I can't really blame anyone. It's fine though. Got Vel'Koz ult, I suppose. I'm gonna play the build that I prefer right now, so I'm gonna go something like this. I'm gonna look to play for a bot lane gank anyway, or a mid lane gank maybe. Mid lane looks a bit more necessary than bot lane, so I guess I'm gonna do that. Okay, since we did this mid lane play, we can now look for a bot lane play. Just have to be careful for Fiddle. I'm getting my ult, which means it should be fine-ish. But let's do this first, just in case. Now we can look for it. Let's look for it, though, before the bot lane arrives in my team. I want this as well, as Ezreal has no mana. And I also have ult. And he doesn't have items. Could just look for the enemy jungle, I suppose, but might be a bit slow to go for that. So I'm thinking what we do here is just kill Kiana when she uses W. It's important for her to use W first though, because when she uses W she's much weaker than before she uses W. So that's basically what you're looking for when you play against Kiana as Evelynn. You look for her using W, because when she uses W she can't go invis after her combo, she can't like instant combo one shot usually, and so on. Okay. We are now 2 levels up on Fiddle, which is pretty good for us. And we're gonna look for something like Rabadon's into Banshee, I'm thinking. Because otherwise this game will be quite difficult to play. We're quite strong right now though. But I have to be a bit careful with going bot lane, because if Fiddle does counter gank, then I can throw my lead very easily. Let's play around mid again. Should be the easiest way to keep getting stuff done. But it would appear that we got a bit spotted, which means probably won't really get a playoff. Should be a bit careful here. That's good enough. Plenty good. Okay, I guess. They use heal and I think Velka's blast. And I want to kind of stay on the map until I use my ult, because then I will get my Rabadon spike as well. This guy just panic ulted. Let's see there. I'm going to try to get my Rabadons before we go into a dragon fight now. And then I'm going to look for big impact second half. I'm not even sure if I can fight for dragon, as this is an interesting spot to be in. But yeah, let's pink forward this, just to make the game a bit more playable for both my teammates and myself. Looks like I can just take the dragon, maybe. Okay, Fiddle ulted. Play slow until his ult times out, I suppose. Ult early just in case, so you don't get CC'd and somehow lose your Magi. That's kind of the conditions for a loss here. It's the main way our team comp loses at this point in the game. So let's not let that happen. Even if we lose dragon, that's okay. Especially if we get his camps as compensation and some kills. Pretty reasonable, in my opinion. Let's look to take most of his camps now. I don't know why my bot lane is making it harder for me, but okay. Suppose that's also a way to play the game. Fiddle doesn't have ult right now, so I would prefer to take all of his camps. And to take the Herald if possible as well. Oh. Okay. With how many camps we have taken, I would say that 100 times out of 100 what we did is worth it here as a play. Whatever this guy's doing, I suppose, is not part of what I meant, but okay, I guess. It's pretty difficult to contest anything here, so maybe just gonna take enemy Gromp and back off. Should be able to sneak this away before they finish the Herald. And now it's probably just base. Okay, wait. Free kill. Okay. Now we just base. Nothing to really do here. As long as we keep playing normally, we will have a very, very big lead on the enemy jungler from this. So let's just clear once now. We're quite big on XP, so if we just clear now, we will be huge on XP even. We will also get our Banshee, which is the item that lets us kind of go very all-in in this game. Don't feel that good about going in right now, because if I get CC, then I give up 1k gold, and if I kill the enemy, I only get 300 maybe. This makes it a very non-even trade. Also, the Olaf has Maw, which means it's even less worth it for me to fight them than usual. Because the person that actually would would be pretty good to kill is not gonna be killable because of Maw. Okay, so as I said, we're getting a lot of XP now. And we're just gonna buy this and this. And now we can kind of force a bit more. We're kind of forced into our next items as well. We're gonna be forced into a Void Staff at some point to deal with Olaf. But I think for now we can get away with not having that, so I'm probably gonna go for Mythic next. This guy can't really do much to us, as he needs to break our Banshee before he can do anything. It's a bit sad that they get Baron for free because my team is not on the map at the right time, but that's fine as well. We're just playing off different timings, kinda. Could say that I could also play off their timing, but I think that I'm more important than them, so I'll just play my own timing at the moment. Mostly because of how fed I am and how important it is for me to not die. Oh, help me. Oh, well, that sucks. Well, it's fine. My team should kill here. Olaf is here, so not too bad, especially since Ezreal got shut down. I have to say, Fiddle 6 damage is really overtuned. Considering I bought MR. I have 100 MR, and he bought a defensive item. And he still does... I mean, yeah, actually he didn't do that much, I suppose, this time. But considering he didn't even use his W, that's still quite a bit, in my opinion. It's okay. Okay, should be a free dragon. Can we just do it, maybe? Or, no? I have Banshee at the moment, so I can kind of just walk into them. At the same time, I don't have ult, so I kind of cannot walk into them as well. This really sucks for me that I lost my Banshee. That guy should die to Kassadin. Olaf might try to turn this, but it doesn't really work for him. This should be a dragon, for sure. That's what I'm gonna do. Doesn't really matter to me if I kill the Fiddler or not when I flash over, because if I don't kill him, my Kassadin will just finish him off anyway. So, oh. Just need to make sure I'm not close enough to a wall for her to combo properly, and I should be fine. Due to her not having items. You could also wait until she goes in and then ult, but I don't really care about it. Because I'm quite sure that she won't kill me. As long as I do it this way. I'm fine with it anyway. We can do a few camps right now as we don't have our ult. No real reason why I would have to force right now. Okay, and now since my team is trying to go up, as you can see, like the direction that my whole team is moving towards is like this jungle and like up, right? So then now I want to walk up and do something maybe. But not necessarily even do anything, mostly just like be there and able to do something if they need me to, right? Okay, so my team is killing the enemy and let's just be a free one now. At this point. And GG. Enemies flaming their jungler.